What's up, guys? You're back in Mr. Gaddy's room. Today is Monday, June 1st, 2020. It's already June 1st, so time flies when we have fun or when we're stuck in quarantine. If you are new to my channel, my name is Sam Gaddy, a 6-12 band and choir director in Missouri. I won't be vlogging much this week because I have to focus on getting other things done around the house in order to prepare for my move to my new place of residence. What I have done this week so far is I'm meeting with the elementary principal on Wednesday at 9 a.m. And I also got the invitation to come on Saturday to my elementary school from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. What the kids are doing is they are getting their personal belongings from their classroom, and the coworker that invited me teaches 6th grade, and so I will be meeting potential students in my junior high band and choir, and also I'll be meeting some potential beginners in beginning bands, so that'll be exciting for me. I never even thought about having a Meet the Kid Day or Meet the Kids Day where it's June you know what, and then you just hang out in one part of the elementary school and you can meet the kids that way. I never even thought about it that way, but I guess with good encouragement, I guess that's the way to go, so I'm looking forward to that. I did get some potential marching band competitions. I'm looking at 2 parade competitions that are outside our local parade that is happening. I'm trying to build the marching program back up, but the thing is I have to also focus on where the kids are at as far as sight reading is concerned, as far as fundamentals are concerned as well, and I feel like those are important details as well. So with that being said, I have one parade competition that I know for sure that we're going to plan for at the end of September. Then I'm looking into one in the middle of October. Just want to get the kids some exposure and some opportunities to not only go into a different community, but also to gain musical growth. I also got information from my predecessor about the Veterans Day program that my kids are going to be involved in, which is going to be very exciting. In years past, they rotated between a school assembly and a veterans luncheon, basically. This year will be the school assembly in which my bands and choirs are going to perform, so I'm looking forward to that. And part of what I'll end up doing is I'll plan out that literature and do my score study and stuff, and then first or second week of October, I'll start rehearsing all that music with my kids, so I'm very much excited for that. So I'm going to leave you here, and I will talk to you guys again on Wednesday. Take care. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, June the 3rd, 2020. A day after I found out the fact that one of the more popular sports leagues is coming back. And by popular, I mean that by a racing league. I'm a big sports nut, so outside of music education, I kind of like to watch a little bit of the news or watch some sports due to COVID-19 and everything. There hasn't been a whole lot of sports along with it, but I'm a NASCAR fan, so I've been watching some NASCAR races in the last few weeks, but I'm just excited for things to start opening back up. Okay, so my optimism level for today is very, very high. When I talked to my elementary principal this morning, we were going to talk about a strategy for recruitment for beginning band. I'm sure there's going to be some other topics that we discuss, but ultimately, this is something I've been looking forward to for a few weeks. I'm very excited about it, and like I told you a few weeks ago, we can only plan for going back to normal. I want things to go back to normal, and that's what I'm going to plan for. So, anyhow, just stay tuned, and I'll vlog with you again later. Hey, welcome back. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday. The meeting with my elementary principal went very, very well. The thing I really liked about it is the description of a behavior system that is implemented throughout the whole elementary school building. So what it is, it's a BISC behavior system, and it It's basically behavioral intervention system. What it does is the first offense for any child is one redirection. And then the next offense is simply the safe seat, or I sometimes have called it the timeout chair. Then after that, the third offense would be a buddy room. And then obviously, if it gets way out of control, we would use either the sensory room or the office. But my elementary school does sensory room to implement inappropriate behavior. And that in turn has eliminated office referrals throughout that whole elementary school, so I really liked it a whole lot. We didn't specifically go over comparison between music rental companies. We just went over the basics of what to expect in the elementary building. I'm going to have it every day from 2 o'clock to about 2:45. On August 11th, I'm going to be having a parent meeting with parents and kids that are interested in doing band. In that first week and a half that we come back from the summer, will be some music theory review that I will reinforce. I will reinforce the idea of the treble clef and the bass clef. I will reinforce some rhythms with them, and then in turn I will have an instrument petting zoo with the kids as well. So then on September 2nd will be instrumental rental night, and what will be from about 5:30 to 6:30 is kids and parents will come and they'll rent instruments and they'll compare prices and stuff like that. So then when that's over, we start testing on mouthpieces. And I'll spend probably a week or so on that before we really dig deep into the material. So here's what I like about this year's beginning band at my new school. At my new school, I'm going to have whoever's interested in 6th grade band every day, instead of having 5th grade one day like I've had in previous years, and then 6th grade every other day, and then at my old school, our elementary band would be 5th and 6th grade together. See, what happened last year was 5th and 6th grade met every day, so I had to do learning centers. And I had to micromanage a little bit because I had to work a little bit with 5th grade for at least half the period, and then 6th grade half the period, as far as what instruments they wanted to pick and stuff like that. At my new school, I'm just going to be 6th grade every day for 45 minutes, and that's going to be a huge advantage to those kids that are going to have band instruction every day. So then the recommendation that my elementary administration requires, and I would require that as well, with our elementary kids, is try it for at least a year to see if you like it, to see if the kid's going to be a benefit and whatnot. Then obviously, whenever you get to be in junior high, the choice is up to you. But I have a pretty good turnout for junior high band, as I told you. I may have told you, I may have not told you, but I can't remember. It's just been a crazy day, crazy few weeks. So when I went to the high school, I met a couple of my students. They are helping out at the school this summer with custodial work and stuff like that. I met 2 band kids, and they seem to be pretty excited about the whole thing. So then I met with the counselor, and I got the rosters for all my classes. And the numbers are not final yet, but I'm looking at 28 for my high school band class, which is pretty good. 37 for my junior high band, which is 7th and 8th grade band combined. Junior high choir is required for all 7th graders, so I'll have 32 7th graders. And then I'll have a section of high school choir with 5 kids, and then I'll have a section of high school choir with 13 in it. And then my planning period will be my travel time to my elementary school to get ready for elementary band every day. But then the rosters are not going to be official until registration comes in August. And so I'll find out for sure who I'm going to be working with and whatnot. So for them to focus on fundamentals, I'm not going to worry about having a band camp this summer. It wasn't really reinforced, which is okay. I kind of like to inherit the program by the foundations that were built. I don't know about you, but I'm running into a program that has been successful over the last few years, recent years. and I don't really want to change any of it if I can avoid it. Don't change the structure, don't change how we do things. Just after a few years, it could be my program. Okay, so as you can tell, this has been a pretty active week and pretty active day for me. I drop my box off by my classroom door, and when I get the word go, I will hang up my posters and stuff in my classroom. Saturday I'm going to vlog with you again, and then on Monday, when I talk to my old school board for the last time, I will vlog again then. But after that, I'm going to take a break because I deserve a break, and I need time to get moved to my new place of residence and stuff. So we got all summer. Like I said, today is only June the 3rd, and I feel like I'm in pretty decent shape after that. So I feel pretty confident at this point. So with that, I'm going to leave you here. I will talk to you guys on Saturday. Take care, everybody. Stay safe and healthy. Hey, today is Saturday, June 6, 2020, and boy, was today a great day for me. So as I mentioned before, a coworker that actually was one of my former teachers back in elementary school invited me out to student pickup day today at my elementary school, and I met some of the parents and students that I will be working with. So the way it's going to work out is the first week of August, I'm going to send a letter regarding beginning band recruitment, and we're going to have a meeting, as I told you before, during my elementary school's back to school night, and then I'll spend that first week or so getting the kids that are interested in doing beginning band with me to do that. I will also point out that the kids that I talked to today, all of them seemed excited to know that I'm going to be their next band choir director. And, as I stated earlier in the week, I've never thought about meeting my kids, particularly in incoming 6th grade or as an incoming junior high student so early in the summer. But I didn't mind today at all. I actually, I made some kids excited, and I told them who I was, and I told them that I had graduated from that particular school district. So, it's just exciting. So the way I'm gonna do my band recruitment is, depending on how many kids that sign up for band, will determine the balance of my group. Let's say there is 10, 12 students that are interested in band, maybe 15 that want to do it, and I have to make it balanced enough to where there's enough percussionists, and there's enough saxophones, there's enough trombones, there's enough flutes, there's enough clarinets. I mean, you get the whole vice versa. You see, at my old school, I didn't have that opportunity to have a balanced group, because I had, on average, for a beginning band class of, if I'm lucky enough, maybe an average of 5 kids. So here's how it all worked out. The first year I had beginning band, I had 6 kids. The next year I only had 3. Yeah, it was 4, and then the next year I ended up having 3 or 4 for the most part. The year after that, I had all 5, and then last year's 5th graders consisted of only 2, though I did have as many as 4 beginners in 5th grade at the time. But the way I did it in my old school was I had a student who played trumpet and then tried keyboard, and then all through 6th grade, this particular student tried out the flute. So I'm very proud of her for, trying out multiple instruments, because, not many people can play multiple instruments proficiently. And, some people can. And I'm just incredibly pleased that this student was able to do that. Alright, so out of the incoming 6th graders, I'm going to have 18 that are going to decide whether or not they want to pursue band next year, or this upcoming year, I should say. I should start saying this upcoming year, but the end of this month is the end of our physical year, and then in July starts the 2021 fiscal year. So with that being said, I'll have more of an opportunity to create a balanced group. Now with one of my classes, the junior high choir I'm going to have all 32 rising 7th graders. That's how many that's signed up for right now. During the summer, we never know who all has moved into the area, who has not moved into the area, and stuff like that, until registration time. So the way my school district is doing the registration this year is the elementary's doing their back to school night, and the high school's doing a few days of high school registration, and then they'll have an extra week to get any last minute enrollments in with new students. And with that being said, it'll give us as a staff more time to get coped and adjusted to this new student or new students that enroll within the district. So I'm going to leave you right here. As I mentioned before, I'm going to vlog on Monday, and I'm going to take a break from vlogging. Because I deserve a break. And you teachers that are out there, I understand we need a break from our jobs sometimes. Especially for those that are transitioning into the new job. You band and choir directors in particular that are planning out your band camps and choir camps, I understand that sometimes we need to just put our feet up or take a walk out in the park, go to the pool if the pools are open, have a barbecue outside in your yard with your family. I mean, I understand all of that. So I gotta take a break after Monday. But until then, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And by the way, I'll show you guys something here. Okay, for those of you that are NASCAR fans, this hat was a Dale Jarrett hat. He was a NASCAR driver back in the 80s and 90s and early 2000s. I started getting into the sport when Dale Jarrett was retired, so I still have his hat. He was my first favorite driver back in the day whenever I started paying attention to it. So, band and choir directors gotta have their favorite hobbies besides conducting the band or conducting the choir, and NASCAR is one of them. So, alrighty, see you Monday.